Hey guys, welcome back. I do not know what happened. I came on and my webcam was completely like black, so I had to like X out. So let's do this. Oh, thank you. Where exactly? Okay, I have to grab something. Okay, so I'm still here. If anybody comes on and is like wondering where I am. Okay, I'm back. Hi, everybody. Okay, you guys give me a thumbs up so that the video gets seen, you know, has their policies and stuff, you know. But if the more likes a video gets, then more exposure to get more people to come in. So, all right, we're going to do the weekend relationship update here. And then anybody who has any, submit any questions, I will then answer those after I'm done doing the reading. So did you guys check out the November, what is it? The sneak peeks? Did any of you guys, oh, thanks, you guys are nice today. Not that you're not nice all the time, but the November sneak peeks, did anybody watch them and did they resonate? I just want to know. Okay, good. What is that? Kitty Rex. I'm getting ready here, guys. I just need to sort through these cards real quick because they have extras in the deck and I need to get them out because I don't read those. Good. I'm glad. Let me see here. Okay. So let's get into this. So, you know, normally people that come on for the live updates and everything normally watch my videos. But if you're new here, I just want to let you know how I do things. And if you're not new here, you know, just in case, you know, you were ever wondering. So I read cartomancy, which is, you know, playing cards. So the thing is that when I do my readings, this is the way that, you know, I see the cards and this is the way that I deliver messages. If any of the signs come out, I will, in fact, tell you guys the signs that come out in the reading, okay? But because cartomancy tells more of a story than anything, if the story is making sense to you, if the story is connecting with you, but the signs aren't, so to speak, as like the main components of like your sign, opposite party sign, it doesn't matter, okay? If the story is making sense, then the reading for you. If the signs are also, you know, in alignment with the reading for you, then, you know, you're just getting 100% energy there. The thing is that people can act under certain energies also. So they act like a king of diamonds. They can be acting like a queen of hearts, you know, being more emotional, being more money focused. So I always tell you guys to take with you what you understand. Because I tell more of a story than anything, I try to pull as many scenarios out of the reading that I possibly can. If there's a part of the reading that is not making sense to you, throw it away. Okay, it's not for you, it's for somebody else. So, you know, I always say, if that's not making sense to you, you know, some people have kids, some people don't. You know, some people are dealing with third-party situations, some people aren't. Whatever part of the line that is making sense to you, take that with you. The rest of it, just leave it, okay? Don't try to make it about you every step of the way, because sometimes it just doesn't work that way, okay? The way that I do it, okay? So let's get into this. This is a collective, so this is random. This is whatever comes out, comes out. I am focused for the weekend, so it's the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th of October, 2018. So let's see what we got going on here. Sorry for any type of background noise, by the way. If you're hearing anything, I apologize. Okay, let's get this going here. And then I will do a few of the Romance Angel cards, and then I'll probably do some of the Enchanted map cards also. All right, here we go. I can't really read the chat when I'm doing this or while I'm reading. So if anybody has any questions or anything that comes in here, somebody can just answer them if they're like confused about what's going on or anything like that. Would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so let's see what is going on here for the weekend of October 26th, 27th, and 28th, 2018. Okay, the first card out here is the Six of Diamonds. 10 of Spades. 8 of Spades. 7 of Diamonds. 4 of Diamonds. 3 of Spades. This is the Ace of Hearts. We have the Joker in reverse. And the 9 of Hearts. So the only sign I have here is Gemini. Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but the Joker card does represent the sign of Gemini. Okay. So I have to put that out there. I don't have any other signs. And you don't even have to claim the Joker card as, you know, Gemini if you want to, because it also indicates a new beginning. But let me just grasp onto this here. Okay. Because I'm like laughing, but because it's like you start the weekend out almost in a sense like there's somebody that is like lacking communication. Okay. Obviously, this would be between two people, and you could be lacking communication because there was a third party involved, or you know there's a third party involved. So there's like this, it's almost in a sense like you have jealous possessive energies, okay, causing these like negative feelings. But there's still a wish, there's still a desire to communicate with whoever it may be, because it can be any sign, but it's like somebody's either waiting on communication because somebody did something, it's like shady, okay? But it's, I don't even know how to put it in a word. I'm looking for words because it's odd, okay? I don't know who this is connected with, but I'm going to go further with it. But it's like you're waiting, you're wishing and you're desiring for communication after like a disaster. It's like somebody's stability, whether it be emotionally, or whether it be like your foundation at home, you know, like monetarily speaking here, somebody's foundation has been shook up, okay? And it was in fact due to some sort of third party, some sort of deception, some sort of lies, deceit. It didn't even necessarily have to be a third party. It could just be that somebody is lacking communication. You might not even know why they're not communicating, okay? But the reason that they're not communicating is because either there's something that is, it's almost in a sense, I'm so sorry, but there's like two different things coming through here, but it's like almost in a sense like something happened. They don't know if you know. Like, they don't know if you know. But it's like somebody knows. They do know. Somebody's playing right now. Somebody's playing a game, okay? Is this connecting with you guys? Because this is like, I feel like a game's being played right now, a very strategic one, okay? But initially, put it this way, initially, when you found out, or they found out, there was a lot of ill feelings, okay? But I don't see that there was any sort of like blowout. I'm not saying that there couldn't have been here with this 10 of spades and 8 of spades over here, okay? But where it stands now, it's like there isn't communication. But it's like you're both wishing and desiring to communicate, okay? But the steps aren't being taken by the person who feels deceived. And the deceiver is afraid to make the contact because they don't know whether or not you know. Okay, so this is making sense to a few people here. Okay. Like I said, I just read what comes out, okay? I'm not questioning my own self on it connecting with somebody, but I just want to make sure that I sound like I'm making sense to you, okay? Because I don't know, this doesn't relate to me personally, okay? Never really does. So it's like when I'm speaking, sometimes I'm like, want to make sure that you're understanding what I'm saying. Okay. Because I get like, I feel like I'm speaking like another language sometimes, okay? So both of you are wishing and desiring for this like communication, okay? But it's almost in a sense like both of you are not quite certain how the communication's going to go or which direction it's going to go in, okay? Now, the deceiver, okay, because I don't know how else to label them at this point, is not knowing how to approach, okay? So, because they were foolish, okay, which is why the Joker is in the upside down. It's like, I want to speak, like, but I don't know. It's like, there's some things that need to be admitted to. And there's also, it's almost in a sense like somebody portrays themselves to be something they're not. So, like, I'm trying to put in words here. Like, I roll around like portraying myself to be like some sort of like big shot, but and actually I'm really not. But then there's also a scenario coming through here where the deceiver, there was a third party, but it's like, it's showing me that that's not stable, that third party situation. There is no stability there, obviously. But it's showing me now that, like, the wish and the desire is to, like, take this leap of faith and get past this fear wall. It's like a wall of fear, in order to communicate. But the reason that the communication's lacking at this point is because they don't know how to approach in communication. Okay? It's like, I don't know how to. It's literally whoever this third party deceiver, you know, there doesn't even necessarily have to be a third person. And that's what I'm trying to clarify here. It could just be that somebody was deceptive about something. Okay? How much money they make, their stability, just, you know, some made up bullshit. I don't know. And now, because they're like feeling like an idiot about it, their one and only option is to literally face their fears and get past their own, they're like in their own way, and communicate. Once the communication happens, then this wall of fear is no longer in the way. But in order to get there, they have to jump over this hurdle. Okay? Yeah. The Ten of Hearts, victory. Okay? I was just, you know, in my mind was saying, clarify this Ten of Spade for me. Okay? The Ten of Spade is negative emotions, unfortunate events, but this is a fear wall. You know, this is also, you know, there's so many different ways you can read the Ten of Spades in cartomancy, but this reading, it literally shit that went down. Okay? And I don't know if you know, but the other person does know, but they're playing like they don't know, waiting for the other person to communicate so that you can get past the situation. But it's like, I'm not reaching out to you. You need to reach out to me. Okay? This is like the game that I'm seeing here. But the person who did the deceiving needs to communicate. They're afraid. Okay? But like the thing is that, like I said, once you push past this wall of fear, you get the Ten of Hearts. It's like victory. It's like, okay, you faced this fear. You finally admitted, you know, your wrongdoing, or you admitted to the truth, you know, what has been going on here. But you can't get to where you want to be until you actually break through it yourself. Like, nobody's going to do it for them. Okay? They have to do it themselves. But they, like I said, they don't know. Okay. So we have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here, and this just fell out on top of the Three of Spades. So you could be dealing with Libra, Aquarius, and or this, you know, you could be the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that's been deceived. But this also can indicate just how the person's feeling. Okay, which they're being cold. You know, this is somebody who is fearful, but the thing is that they're needing to be truthful, they're needing to be fair, and they're needing to be honest. Okay, so the King of Spades energy is coming through as either needing to tell the truth and or is wanting the truth, okay, over something deceptive. All right, and this could be the truth coming, you know, to fruition about some sort of connection here in regards to two people that could have a soulmate connection. Okay, this is a soulmate connection card. But this also can indicate that somebody is needing to tell the truth about something going on within a either a relationship is dealing with a child, and or this is a child that could have manifested out of some sort of third-party deception that caused a bit of an unscrupulous situation here. Okay. This is also a trap. Okay, what do I mean by trap? Well, when it comes out this way, in the way that I'm seeing it, this could be somebody literally trying to trap somebody, and it would be through trying to get pregnant by them. Okay, sorry to say, whoever's listening to this, I'm so sorry. It would be a complete and utter disaster. Okay, obviously, but this is what's showing me, so it's meant for somebody's ears to hear. Okay. But again, this is also showing me that somebody's needing to tell the truth. Okay. And the truth could be due to the fact that I have a soulmate connection with this other person, but I'm afraid to admit either, you know, my true identity. Like I played like I got a bunch of money, but I'm broke. Okay. Or, you know, I just kind of fell off for a little bit because, you know, I got this, that, and third going on, but I'm afraid to tell them. They haven't been reaching out to me. You know, this is just something along these lines here. Okay. What's going on? Are you guys okay? You can't see. I just saw like capital letters. Okay. I saw like somebody yelling. I'm like, what is wrong? All right. So Sandra, what part of that is connecting with you? Can you tell me what's 100 with that? Because the thing is like, I'm trying to pull as many different scenarios out of here as possible because there's so many different people watching. But I'm going to keep going here a little bit. Yeah, because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Spades. The Seven of Spades indicating just like a lack of progression and a setback. And that setbacks with communication. That communication would, in fact, be to resolve problems. So Seven of Spades indicates a lack of progression and a setback. And the Six of Clubs is indicating that communication part there. Okay. This also can indicate, you know, somebody who is drinking a lot at home, doing drugs at home. You know, somebody might be desiring to get away from somebody within the home environment based off of the fact that they do this. Okay. Could be the fact that there's children around. So many different possibilities here. Okay. So let me keep going here. Ooh. All righty. Okay. So what it's showing me here is that if you're wanting to work this out, okay, whoever is connecting with this, if you're wanting to work this out with this person that you're in this like lack of communication with, but I'm just seeing it as it's being played by both sides. Both sides are playing this really strategic game. Okay. There's a need here to use your common sense and your good judgment, okay, in order to work this out. Okay. The Three of Clubs indicates, you know, the common sense, the good judgment. That's where good luck and growth lies. And the Eight of Clubs indicates working something out, okay, especially dealing with relationships. So what do I mean by using your common sense and good judgment? Meaning don't approach the situation with the communication, you know, expecting the worst case scenario. I would literally enter the situation expecting nothing less than the truth. And if I felt like I couldn't trust and or believe everything that this person was saying based off of my gut feeling, then I would chalk that up to use my common sense and good judgment when it comes to it, right? It's like, trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, then 99.999% of the time, it's because it's not. But if you're feeling good with the conversation and you're feeling like I can trust what this person's saying to me right now, I can trust, you know, that they're being honest, even though it it may be very painful for the other person to actually admit what it is that's been going on. Okay. If this is something that you are truly wishing and desiring in order to work it out, it's showing me that once this wall of fear is faced, there is victory at the end of the line. Okay. But like how I'm seeing it right now is that the communication is not happening right now. These negative feelings, you know, are based off of the fact that both people are just not communicating right now. One is wondering what the other knows, and the other one is wondering, when is this person going to talk to me so that I can let them know that I do know or not. You know, that's what I'm seeing it as. So it ends on a positive note. It does. Once the person who's burying their head in the sand or just doesn't want to communicate, they want to communicate, but they're just not, because they're afraid to admit whatever it is they're needing to admit in your circumstance or situation. But once the communication happens, it shows a positive outcome. Okay. Based off of the truth needing to be spoken here. Okay. So that's what I got for the weekend. And I'm going to do a few of these romance angel cards, and then I'm going to do some of the enchanted map here. So let me just grab them a while. Where are they? Okay. So let's see what we got going on here. Romance angel cards. Okay, I got a few cards here. Oh, all right, got another one. Okay, so we got retreat. It's time for you to disconnect yourself from the world around you. Okay, so just kind of like backing up a bit, trying to get a whole eyes view of the situation here. Okay, I got religious factors, but I don't read this card in this manner. The way that I see it is this is part of the journey. Okay, so you know, retreating, disconnecting yourself, not listening to what everybody else has to say about the situation, not talking about the situation to anybody else, but only listening to your internal self about it. How do you feel about it? Okay. And you got separation. So, you know, not speaking right now is part of the path. All right. So it's also showing me here that during this time that you're not speaking to each other, which is completely fine. Okay. We desire the communication because we don't have it. But then we get the communication, we don't even know what the hell to do with it. Then we end up communicating with the person the same exact way we did before the communication stopped. So you're back at square one. The best thing to do is to kind of ask yourself, what caused the disconnect in the first place? What can I change about the conversation next time so that we don't fall back into the same pattern of this disconnect within the relationship? Okay. That's what retreat is about. It's like disconnecting yourself from the world around you and whatever's been going on. Okay. And understanding that there's something here that you're missing. There's a bigger picture, so to speak. It's like you're being guided to understand something on a deeper level about yourself, okay, in relation to this other person. So you receive stay optimistic, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, and you got it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay. So of course, two people who are in disconnect, there is that level of feeling as if this is not safe. Okay. I don't feel safe here. You know, losing your optimism based off the fact that there isn't communication right now. But again, I see once the other person can break away from being afraid to communicate about what it is that they need to admit to. And it's literally based off the fact that they have a feeling intuitively that the opposite person knows something. And it's almost like I feel like shame. Like they feel ashamed. Okay. But it doesn't change the feelings that are shared between the two people. It's about the other person needing to be open and honest about what's been going on. Okay. So those are the romance angel cards. Thank you, Dawn. And if you do have a question, you can totally ask me here. Okay. Hi, everybody that is here. Okay. Not ignoring anybody. I just can't really look at the chat while I'm doing this. Okay. So I'm going to do a couple of the enchanted map cards because I really, really like these. And I recommend getting them for yourself because they're freaking awesome. Okay. If you're into cards like this. So let's see how many we get here. I'm not going to put a number on it because every time I do that, I end up getting way more than I intended. Okay, so the first one that just flew out here is 26. It is in the upright, and it says deep freeze. Okay, sorry, there's a glare there from my computer, but just wanted to show you. So number 26, deep freeze is the first one. And we have another one here in the upright. Oh, now we got 3. We're staying with that. Okay. So we have the second one out, which is number 47. And it says sacred pool. And it is in the upright. And then we have one in the reverse. It is number 40. Follow the leader. Okay. But I am going to show it to you here. It says follow the leader. It's number 40. But it is reversed. And that's how it gets read. Okay. Dawn, thank you. I will be getting to you guys here as soon as I'm done reading these cards, okay? For your questions. So let's see here. We have number 26, deep. It is 26, right? Okay, yeah, deep freeze. Not page 26, card 26. Sometimes, I swear. Okay. The cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. It's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate. Projects to shift and change, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere, not needing to. This is also a time to put your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now. So reflect, read a good book, or get a message, or get a message. That's what you guys want, right? A message, or get a massage, rest, and dream. Okay. So isn't that what I was just like literally saying, so to speak, about like needing to retreat and go within with yourself? Okay. Now's not the, it's saying to put your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Like I said about the communication, it's like you want the communication, but then when you get it, it doesn't go in the way that you desired it. It goes right back into the communication that you had prior to it disconnecting. So it's like it repeats itself, because what needs to be understood is how you're communicating, with the other person. Why isn't your communication worked in the past? It's like, now's not the time to argue about everything that's been going on, because it always leads you to the same place. It's like, in order to resolve it, you have to understand your placement in the situation, their placement. They need to understand theirs also. Okay. And sometimes that can be really hard to communicate with the other person because they only have tunnel vision. Okay. So usually disconnect is necessary in order to give a break to the narrative that has been playing out. Okay. So let's go to the next one here, which is 47, Sacred Pool. And it is in the upright, okay? When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? The Sacred Pool card asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress. So a detached self-examination made with a rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your eyes? When you're conscious that you are the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved. Act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. Okay? So again, this is about self-reflection. This is about both of these cards pull together. This is about inner reflection. This is about you. This is about your purpose. This is about what is best for you, not in relation to what everybody else thinks is best for you, or not putting your needing to be validated by another, but by stepping into your own power. You know, why do you exist here? You know, what's your purpose? You know, people get kind of offended sometimes by that question. What do you mean, what's my purpose? Well, what's your purpose? I can't tell you what your purpose is. I can only show you the way to figure out where that purpose lies. But what's your purpose? You know, why are you here? What can you do? What can you be that is you being 100% that can benefit the rest of the world, you know? And people don't think that they're part of a, you know, big giant puzzle. I'm like, listen, if it wasn't for the people, you know, put it this way, you go get a coffee in the morning, right? But if it wasn't for that person that came into that store at 5 a.m. and started, you know, grinding the coffee beans and making the coffee, that cup of coffee that you went in to get wouldn't exist for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like every single person here is helping another in some way, shape, or form, regardless of where you're at. Okay. So it's like understanding what your purpose is. If you're doing what it is that you desire and what it is that makes you feel good, then you're on the right path always, regardless if that path changes constantly. Good for you. Okay. Experience as many things as you possibly can while you're here. That's the way that I see it. You can see it however you want to, right? Who am I anyway? I don't have to listen to anything I say. Okay. Let's go to number 40, and it is in the reverse. But sometimes people just need a little bit of encouragement, right? So that's why I feel like I'm here sometimes. Okay, so let's go to 40 reversed. It is follow the leader. Okay, reverse, the follow the leader card offers a gentle push to get up and take the lead in a relationship or partnership. Be the one to voice what must be said. Muster your courage and speak your needs aloud. Affirm what you like and what you feel. Don't just hope for someone else to fix the problems you see. If your inquiry is about a career or project, you must take the initiative to draw up a proper plan. And if it's about a personal relationship, you must be clear about your intentions and your desires. Boldly begin a discussion about how things really are and how to make the situation work for the highest good of all. Do this as soon as possible. You may be pleasantly surprised by the results. Okay, well, that goes right in there with that 10 of spade with the 10 of hearts. You may be pleasantly surprised if you face your fear of the communication that you're wishing to have in the first place. You might be pleasantly surprised by the result. And, you know, if this is connecting with you here in regards to, you know, life purpose, career, all of that, this is indicating now's the time to really go within and ask yourself, what are your intentions? What is it that you want to do? And get your plan put together. If you know, you have to start somewhere, right? But you can't just wish and pray for it to happen. You have to start moving in the direction of what it is that you want to do so that you can get there, right? You always get there. It might take some time. Just depends on how long you take. You know, it does. So now, let me see here. Questions. Let me go over. Now, am I still on the screen? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay. Dawn, do you have a question, Dawn? And Mackenzie, I can't see her. Thank you, guys. Okay, there's Mackenzie. Dawn, if you have a question, I can't see it. Mackenzie, my Capricorn said he just wants to be friends and then ghosted me. He's in a relationship long distance and has put up huge walls. This is completely opposite of prior behavior. Okay, do you want to know his true intentions as to why he said he just wanted to be friends and ghosted you? And you're saying that he's in a relationship long distance. Okay. Like, are you wanting clarification as to why he did that? In a long distance relationship, isn't all what it's cracked up to be. Okay. I have to put that out there. It's not what you think. And if you asked me a question, Mackenzie, prior to this one here, I can't see it. Okay. Because this chat thing goes so fast. What does he want to do? Okay. Well, I can tell you this much. When it came to like you, okay, and ghosting you, okay, and like, let's just be friends and then like disappearing, okay, that was his way of running away, so to speak, okay. This long distance relationship is not what you think it is, okay. It's not. It's not, okay. I don't really even feel anything there. I feel like that was more like that's more of an excuse, right? He definitely does not want to face his true feelings. So it was easier for him to just literally disconnect from you. Okay. And then the long distance relationship um, is a way for him to make it sound like, I'm in a relationship. So, you know, keeping his distance from you because he's afraid of the connection. Okay. This is all about fear here. His behaviors are all acting out of fear. I also feel like he is not completely, how do I put this? Proud of himself. Like he's not completely 100% with like his life. Like he doesn't feel like I'm searching for the word. I don't want to say accomplished. I just feel like he doesn't feel stable. Self-esteem issues, things of that nature. So there will be communication again with him. He'll put on a front a little bit, like why he kind of like disconnected, but it won't be like the true and honest, like because he's afraid, of course. He will, you know, be, what is the word? He will like, he'll be warm towards you, but there will be excuses. And I don't see him, like when this communication happens, it'll be because like he misses you, but then his fears will overtake um, those feelings again. And it's almost in a sense like he will retreat. Um, I just don't feel like he is 100%. He's not good with himself. Put it that way. His self-esteem is just, I don't know where it is. It's not there, if you're understanding what I'm saying. Bye, Steve, if you're leaving. Let me see here. Dawn, did you have a question? Are you still here? Mackenzie, see, this is what I need you to understand also is like, he doesn't, but when, like, the way that you're seeing him, he doesn't see himself that way. Okay. So it's really hard to get somebody to understand their worth if they don't understand their own. Okay. So when somebody feels worthless about themselves and you know that that's not true about them, it doesn't matter what you say, what you do, or there's nothing you can do to get them to alter that mindset. The only thing that can be done is they need to work on loving themselves, okay? And they don't. So this is where his issues lie, and it comes with the territory. I don't deserve this relationship. I will fail you. These types of things are what's going through, you know, that's what's overtaking the feelings is those thoughts of negativity. So this is where that disconnect lies with him, but it literally has nothing to do with you. And that's the hardest thing to understand because you feel like you've shown him, you know, so many things to that he should believe you by now in regards to how you feel about him. Like he should believe you. What else can you do to prove it to him? You don't have to do anything to prove anything to him. He knows all about it. Okay. But he just thinks of himself as a POS. Okay. Okay, Dawn, what's going on here? Between these. Okay. Should you give up on? I'm waiting for Dawn because she paid $20-something and I need to answer her. Should you give up on Cam? I don't really feel like, oh, you're going to give up. But I feel like you need to not use them as like your focal point. Like use them as like the reason to why you feel anything. The feelings are shared; they're mutual, both. But I feel like you need to give up on what's not working in order for you to allow things to go in a different direction. I feel like it's been the same um, tired story for a while. Like you're living the same pattern in the connection over and over again, where I feel like you're really almost in a sense like you want to let go, but you don't at the same time. I feel like the way that it's been needs to needs to end in order for it to go into a different direction. I feel like you should not give up on Cam, but give up on the old way of your communication because that does not work. I feel like if you're able to shift it into a different direction, that you may be presently surprised by what could manifest between the two of you. But I feel like this same thing has been going on for so long that it can't change because there's nothing causing change. It's just the same over and over and over again. Hi, Laura. What are you trying to fix in communication, Sandra? And Carrie, what's, you're welcome. What do you mean by fix communication? Okay. I just need you to clarify, like, because there's a bunch of different ways to fix communication, but I need to know what you mean by fixing your situation in communication. And Carrie, you may. Oops. Carrie, I feel like if you want to reach out, okay, as long as you don't reach out expecting um, some sort of result, okay, meaning you're not reaching out to him because you want this result, because you won't get it. If you reach out to him, generally speaking, just to touch base with him, you will receive a response, okay? But if you're going to reach out and the reason you're reaching out is because of X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z will cease to exist. You'll get the opposite of that, okay? You won't disrupt his life, but you genuinely just reaching out just to touch base, that will initiate a start of some communication there. But I wouldn't push, just kind of allow it, to like flow. But if you reach out, um, to get him to respond in a certain way, that won't happen. Okay, I just have to like tell you that. So if you want to reach out, just to communicate, you will get a response. There'll be some sort of communication there. But if you try to push the envelope, the result won't be what you want. Okay. Okay, Dawn. Laura, you can send me an email. Okay. And I will, we can set it up that way. Like go through like what you have available, what I have available, and then we can link up that way. Okay. Okay, Dawn, what is I read what you wrote before. Carrie, you just assumed that he didn't want to communicate. No, just I just feel like there's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of, personal struggles internally. So, just like if you're afraid of not getting a response though, you're feeding a lot of energy towards that. And that could be what is that strong, you're feeling a strong pull. Okay. You have to understand where the pull is coming from. You're feeling a strong pull to communicate with him, but you're expecting him not to respond. What you're expecting is what will happen. And that strong pull could be a deceptive energy trying to get you to communicate to make you feel disappointed. You have to understand where it's coming from. Okay. Okay, Dawn, what's wrong? You're confused? Confused about your connection, or I'm trying to understand because I know you said you don't want a Cinderella, or I know that you said that you connected through work. Long distance relationship makes it hard, but not to romance her. But you're wanting to romance her. Is that what you're telling me? Is it the long distance, or is it also a chip? Dawn, is that what you're talking about? A chip? Carrie, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just only focus on who you're communicating with. Don't pull anybody else into it, right? Dawn, I'm just confused as to what you're talking about, like with her. You said she got a marker in her boob. I swear. Okay, so what you're saying is that basically what you're saying is that doctors manipulated her. There's also, you know, the issues politically speaking here with your arguments, you know, turned you off. But it's almost in a sense like now you're wanting her back, but because of the long distance, you don't think that it's going to work because she doesn't trust you anymore based off of the fact that you broke her heart and broke up with her. I know you're not normal peeps, but that says it. Normal is just perception anyway. I'm just trying to follow what you wrote before. Hey, Dee. John, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you shoot me an email when you get a chance, and I'll respond to you in detail through the email, okay? If you can do that. It's love from above. You know, you've emailed me before. Email me what it is that you want to know, and I'll write you back through email, okay? Hi, May Reed. Because that'll be easier here, because your messages are getting chopped up in my chat, so I can't understand like completely what the storyline is. Okay, I was like trying to read it, but it's like all chopped up. Laura, because the man is not in a position where he knows that he should have left a long time ago, and he still remains in the same place that he has been, right? You know, he just went through these procedures and everything, and now his Crohn's is acting up. Okay, the stress that he's been under for a very long time now is starting to literally wear on his body, and he already knows what would make him feel at ease, so to speak, and more at peace, but he wants to fight about it, you know? So okay, guys, well, I'm gonna get off of here because I heard somebody knocking on the door, you know, a little bit ago. But whoever messaged me on here, Dawn, yeah, email me. Laura, if you want to do a live one-on-one, just shoot me an email. Give me some dates and times that work for you, if you can do that for me, so that I can cross-check what works on my schedule, and then we can set it up, okay? And we could do the live. So, all right, I'm going to get off of here. I've been on here for a really long time. The November monthlies will be coming per sign. I'm doing individual signs, okay? It won't be collective. And they should be up next week. If you need me, go to one of my videos in the Dropbox below. You'll see my website link for services. You can also email me if you want to do a live one-on-one with me. What else? I do email readings. All my services still remain the same. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. You know, remember that communication. Change the communication. Okay. Change the cycle. All right. I love you guys. Bye.